Hare Krishna. Nama sreshtam anumapi sachi putramatra svarupam rupam tasya grajamurupurim maturim goshtavatim Radha kundam girivaramoho radhika madhava sham prapto yasya pratitya kripaya Sri Gurum Tam Natosmi Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namine Prema Bhakti Rasanandam Kripa Sindhu Mamananam Pragyapayantam Bande Sri Bhakti Vedanta Narayanam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Om Jnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, today I wanted to read from two different books, from Sri Prema Samputa and from the beginning wave of Sri Madhurya Kadambini. So there is a connection, very important connection, which we'll discuss. But first, let us try to set the stage. Sri Krishna has unlimited beautiful qualities. His qualities are full of all of his beautiful attributes. He is all bliss, all knowledge, all existence is wrapped up in him. And he has unlimited Shaktis. And Srimati Radhika is his Hladini Shakti. And sometimes Krishna is meeting with gopis and having Ras Leela. And on one occasion, Sri Krishna, having this Ras Leela, he declared to the gopis, Na parayeham niravadya samyujam. Oh, my dear gopis, I have such a debt to you. I am incapable of repaying this debt to you. Why? You have given up everything. You have given up your own shame. You have given up your sense of your social standing, your instructions of your elders, everything for me, and you have come here just to please me. I could not repay you, even with a lifetime like that of Brahmaji. But Sri Krishna was seeing that when he left the Rasa Leela, when he left the arena of the Rasa dance, Rasa Mandala, that Srimati Radhika was feeling so much separation from him. And he wanted to understand this. This is what Gurudev has written in the preface to this. So what did Krishna do? What does Krishna do when he has to solve a problem? Krishna put on a disguise. What disguise did he do? He disguised himself as a very, very beautiful damsel, such captivating beauty. Who is Krishna? Krishna is like a festival for the eyes of his dear devotees. Krishna is satisfying the eyes of his devotees so much that they are cursing Brahmaji. Why did you make eyes with lids that blink, and sometimes we cannot see Krishna's beauty? So if Krishna wants to become a very beautiful woman, he will very expertly disguise himself. And so he went to Srimati Radhika, Kishori ji. Prata kadachidutarikata charurama vesho hari priyatama bhavana praghane gatva nuramshu katatena bidhaya vaktram nichinna lochana yuga sahasavataste. So loving attachment has a very particular way that it is extraordinary. And within the heart of the lover, a yearning may spontaneously arise to hear from his beloved's mouth about the excellence of her love for him and the inferiority of his love for her. So, this was Krishna's motive. So early one morning, under the control of such love, Sri Krishna, Brajendra Nandan, Shyamasundar, the unrestricted, carefree enjoyer of rasa, disguised himself as a young woman of heart-stealing beauty and went to the courtyard of Srimati Radhika, the dear darling daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, covering his lotus-like face with a crimson veil. He appeared before Srimati Radhika with his eyes bashfully lowered. So Krishna was playing at being very, very shy. He was going to be the most beautiful, stunning girl and the most shy. Is this like Krishna? Krishna is called Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natavara. What does Natavara mean? He is the expert of all those who do dance and drama. But who teaches him to do his dance and drama? He will listen to hear the ankle bells of Srimati Radhika, and they will instruct him how to play his flute, which is able to captivate the minds of others. Now Krishna has become very, very shy and covered with a veil, gungat, red crimson veil, like a young bride. And then Krishna has come, and now Shri Radha is in her sulky mood, pranayaman. So he wanted to hear her speak very unhesitatingly, openly. So he came as very beautiful young girl. Aradvilokya-tamato vrishabhanuputri provacha hanta lalite saki pashyakeyam swasyam shubhir harimane mayatam ninaya matsadma padma vadanad bhuta bhushanadhya. So when Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini, Srimati Radhika, saw this charming young woman in the distance, she said, "Oh, Lalite, please go see this beautiful young woman who is adorned with astonishing ornaments. And the glow of her lotus-like face rebukes the luster of lotus flowers, and the radiance of her shyam complexioned body illuminates our courtyard. Our whole house appears to be decorated with sapphires." On hearing Srimati Radhika's words, Lalita and Vishaka quickly approached the young woman and inquired, "Oh, slender-waisted girl, who are you? Where have you come from, and why have you come here? Please remove our curiosity by answering these questions." But this very shy, very beautiful young girl did not reply. When she did not answer, Shri Radhika became even more curious. Was this calculated? Was Krishna trying to provoke such a reaction? After careful thought, she came before the disguised Sri Krishna and inquired, "Oh, beautiful one, Who are you? The luster of your limbs has stolen our minds. Are you a divine maiden? Upon beholding you, it seems that you have appeared before us, embodying the entirety of the world's beauty. So, what is our tendency? We like to come in a room and say, look at me, everybody look at me, I am amazing. Come on, stop what you're doing and look at me. But Krishna knew the proper way to get hold of someone's attention is to be so shining and so radiant and so effulgent, but to be very shy. And now others have to try to coax something out. Who is this person? Curiosity has come. Still, this pretty young maiden did not reply. "Oh, Bhavini, very beautiful woman," Sri Radhika inquired. "It is you who have come here to us, so please introduce yourself at once and remove our curiosity." "Oh, shy one, in our company there is no reason to be timid or reserved. Please understand that we consider you to be our intimate friend." Oh, Sri Krishna wanted to hear these things. When the young maiden, Sri Krishna, heard Srimati Radhika's words, she sighed deeply. Mere words cannot actually describe her response. She turned her face away and continued to remain silent. Upon seeing the girl's condition, Shri Radha asked, "O beautiful one, I understand that your heart is certainly in pain. Otherwise, you would not act like this." "O lotus-faced one, with full trust in us, please openly and clearly tell us about your pain. I will try my best to nullify the cause of your anguish. When within the heart a deep wound of despair opens, the unbearable anguish one suffers can be mitigated by revealing it to intimate friends." Are you now suffering separation from your beloved? Or have you become exceedingly perturbed upon discovering some shortcoming in him? Or have you committed some great offense that has shattered the affection of your beloved? Is that why you are fearful? Perhaps, in order to destroy the love and affection that your beloved has for you, some wicked person has falsely accused you of a misdeed, although you have actually done no wrong. Is that why you are unhappy? Still, Krishna is simply looking very shyly and looking down and looking a little bit away and not responding. And Kishoriji continues, "Is it that you have realized that the one you have wed is dull and unlucky? Is it that you would never have married him if you had known before, and now that you do know, you are disinclined towards him? Or has your heart become attached to a most wonderful person who is unobtainable? Alas, alas, do you feel dejected because, like me, you are subject to the constant harsh reproach of scornful elders?" The continued silence of the beautiful young damsel only served to increase Sri Radha's apprehension. "O comely one," she said, "has your co-wife become proud, intoxicated by her tiny drop of good fortune? Has her intelligence become corrupt, and as a result, has she pierced your heart with the arrows of her sharp words? No, surely this could not happen to you. I cannot believe that there is a young woman in the entire universe more fortunate than you. You could not possibly have a co-wife. Why would a man who is married to a wife endowed with all good qualities ever abandon her to marry another? Still, no reply has come. O moon-faced one, we have heard from Bhagavati Purnamasi Devi that there was once an incarnation of the Supreme Lord named Mohini, who was so extraordinarily lovely that she could enchant the great Sri Mahadev. Are you that Mohini? Tell me, who is it that you hope to infatuate with your fascinating beauty by coming here unexpectedly? It is true that Sri Mahadev was captivated by you and that you were not in the least attracted to him. But if your sidelong glance were to pierce Sri Hari, and if he were to shoot a sidelong glance back at you, you would surely become utterly bewildered. There is nothing to compare with your beauty, nor with the beauty of our Sri Krishna, that crown jewel of the kings of gallants. If you saw one another, you would both become so enamored by each other's beauty that you would violate the boundaries of self-composure, and an exceptional and amazing rasa would appear from your mutual attraction. As Sri Krishna, disguised as a celestial damsel, continuously drank the nectarian words flowing from the lotus mouth of inquisitive Sri Radhika, he felt a transcendental rapture well up in his heart, and the hairs of his body stood up in ecstasy. In order to hide this, he covered his limbs with his veil. When Sri Radhika saw this, she imagined that the damsel must have some kind of bodily ailment. "Oh, Saki," she asked, "are you experiencing some discomfort in your body? Are you feeling some pain in your chest, your back, or your head?" In this way, Sri Radhika guessed about the young maiden's illness. "Oh, friend Vishaka," she said, "my honorable father fondly sent me a precious medicinal oil that is a sure remedy for all kinds of ailments. Please, quickly bring it from the house. The nature of love and affection is such that if an article dear to oneself is used for one who is near and dear, its very existence becomes meaningful." "Oh, Saki Vishaka, I feel a deep affection for this Saki who has just arrived. This oil, which removes all diseases, is a manifestation of my father's love for me. Therefore, I will use it to massage this beautiful girl's entire body with my own hands. I will also skillfully massage her head. Then all her suffering will be relieved. And listen, please bring some warm water mixed with the finest healing ingredients for me to bathe her in. I will alleviate her suffering, and then her lotus-like face will appear happy. Perhaps then she will speak with me." "O Sakis, I have spoken sweet and gentle words to this girl, and I have told her that I will personally give her an oil massage and order and other beneficial treatments. With an open heart, I have honored her and shown her sincere affection. Yet still, I have not heard a single word from her lips. She is being deceptive about the nature of her ailment and just sits here with a doleful face. Now, I shall administer a new treatment for this lovely girl's disease. Just as the divine nectar tonic given to me by Dhanvantari cures any disease, this remedy will remove within a second all diseases of her body, life force, mind, and senses. It will especially serve to nourish her body. Listen, and I will tell you about this new treatment. Until now, this Saki has been sitting here, overcome by some incurable disease and incapable of uttering a single word. However, if her whole chest were touched by the lotus-like palms of the Lord of our Kunja, she would soon start to talk, giggle, and sob. Having experienced the indescribable pleasure of the touch of Rasika Shekhara Sri Krishna's hand, she would murmur indistinct sounds. What more can I say? She would assume such a radiance that we would all laugh without end. Her body would manifest all the signs of having met with Sri Krishna, and by his touch, all kinds of exceptional symptoms would manifest. This would make us happy. When Sri Krishna, who was disguised as a heavenly damsel, heard Srimati Radhika speak in this way, a gentle smile appeared on his face. He concealed his smile, but then slightly raised his lowered lotus-like face. With the charming fingers of his left hand, he gently brushed a stray curl from his forehead and pulled his veil down over his head a little further. Is Krishna doing some teasing or what? The disguised Sri Krishna assumed the sweet voice of a young lady and showered alluring words as sweet as nectar upon all those present. Like chakori birds, Sri Radha and her Sakis drank every word with eager hearts. In this way, they experienced supreme bliss and felt such astonishment that mere words cannot describe. Upon hearing the sweet talk of the beautiful new girl, they reveled in a bliss equaled only by the rapture they felt upon hearing the talk of Sri Krishna himself. The new Saki said, "O beautiful Sri Radha, I am a damsel from the heavenly planets. Please hear why I have come to you with such an agitated heart. I have a desire to know something about a particular matter, and who but you can fulfill my desire?" Finally, after so much, now 20 verses of this Mahakavya have been spoken, and only now Sri Krishna, who has come in such a beautiful disguise, who has captivated the heart of Sri Radha, who has attracted her attention and has caused her to make all of these promises and have such an eagerness. Now Krishna has spoken and given so much nectar in the hearts of Sri Radha and her dear Sakis. So what is this Prema Samputa? This book has come from the heart of Srila Visvanath Cakravarti Thakur. It has been taken from Leela directly. People will say, nowadays there will be a discussion, and someone will say, "Oh, we have found some evidence for this and evidence for that, evidence for the other thing." Generally, we say that there are 3 types of evidence: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Or, oh no, wait, it is something different. It is Shruti and Pratyaksha and Anuman. Now, Srila Jiva Goswami has given 10 kinds of evidence. But among these, the best is to hear Shruti. Shruti means that which has come from the mouth of Bhagavan. Vedas are an emanation of the breathing of Narayan. So people will have very strong faith in Shruti. And then they will give sometimes itihasa like Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayan, itihasa like Mahabharat and Ramayan. Srimad Bhagavatam is Purana. Mahabharat, Ramayan, they are itihasa. But within Mahabharata, there is Bhagavad Gita, which is also called Gita Upanishad. But people will say, oh, I am making an argument, and by this logic, Anuman means inductive logic, and by the Pratyaksha and by the Shruti, we can establish this. If you read all of the writings of Acharyas, they give so much evidence. If you read Tattva Sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami has given so much evidence for every single thing. He is rattling off evidence. He does not even have to quote the whole verse. He will say, in Gopal Tapani, this is said. In the Atharva Veda, this is said. He will give a few words because anyone who is a pundit worth their salt must know something, must know all of these things by reference. Now we say, I have to know the verse number. Where can I get the English translation of this? I must know it. But this is the this is the standard. But what is the evidence? Srila Sanatana Goswami has given us this narration, Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Or Srila Prabhupada. People sometimes will say, oh, what is in Prabhupada's books is enough. I don't need anything more than that. What is in Srila Prabhupada's books is, there is a book called Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita written by Srila Sanatana Goswami. And anyone who wants to understand Sri Krishna and his relationships with his devotees must read this book. What does must mean? It means you have to do it. You have to read Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. These are more than Shruti. Songs of Srila Narottam Das Thakur have been described as they are as good as hymns of the Vedas. Vedas are considered a very high standard. You know Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was challenged by many people. He established Gaudiya Mat. We are very proud to say Gaudiya Mat because it is under the umbrella, under the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It was on his order that our Srila Prabhupada came to the West to give books. It was on his order that our Srila Prabhupada gave books in English language so that we can understand all of these things. And we have the highest regard. Nowadays, some people do not have regard for Gaudiya Mat. They say, oh, they did not make a GBC, so we reject them. No, this is the standard, what Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted. And so many challenges were there, and Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur was cutting them. And people would challenge him. Oh, I will meet you in a debate. Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur would say, oh, yes, very good. I will be there. They heard how Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur was devastating. He would cut everyone down to pieces who came before him, and then sometimes he would physically hit them with his danda. They became fearful. They said, oh, we will debate with you, but no quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, immediately Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur said, no problem. Oh, they thought, he agreed so easily to this condition. Let us say that no evidence from Puranas or Ramayana, Mahabharata, nothing. Only from Upanishads and Vedas, Vedanta. Immediately Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur said, no problem at all. Bring it on. Okay. Now some sweat is beginning to come. Oh, this person, Big Pandit, has said, okay, no reference from Upanishads, only from 4 Vedas and Vedanta. What was Srila Prabhupada's response? Yes, no problem at all. Oh, now sweat is really pouring from the brow. This big Panditji is now saying, okay, there will be no Vedas, only Vedanta Sutra. Srila Prabhupada what was his response? No problem at all. Okay, now very desperate. They said, no reference from anything, only based on logic and argument. Tarka. Oh, Srila Prabhupada said, yes, no problem. And then they went away. They were afraid. Like sometimes the dog will run away. Woo, woo. And the dog is looking behind you and running away. At the same time, bonk, bonk, but running. So, previously, evidence was considered very important. It should be something that is accepted by scholars who are reading books, not who are looking at a video on something and hearing what some person has made up and saying, oh, look, I have learned something. Because learning means that it has come within the heart. It has been realized. Now, there is a debate. Some people, among some sections, they are concerned whether Vaishnavi can be Diksha Guru. It is a question. Even though there are examples, Janava Mata, Hemlata Thakurani, so many others, great devotees. In our Gaudiya line, it is not a matter of Varna and Ashram and Sanskar. It is a matter of whether someone is realized, whether they have absorbed all of the conclusions, and they are in their heart able to give pure bhakti. And that is actually the topic for today. So the problem is, of course, those people who are arguing and back and forth arguing, they do not understand that Vaishnav is not in Varna Ashram. That person who thinks of Vaishnav according to Varna and Ashram is doing aparad. That is described in Padma Puran. Arche Vishnav Shiladhir Gurushu Nanamatir Vaishnave Jati Buddhir Vishnor Va Vaishnavanam Kalimalamatane Padatirtem Bubuddhi Sri Vishnor Namni Mantre Sakala Kalushahe Shabda Samanya Buddhir Vishnav Sarveshware Te Taditada Sarmatir Yasya Va Nadaki Sa. That person resides in hell, who thinks of Vaishnavas according to their birth, who thinks that Guru is an ordinary person, who thinks that the water which washes the lotus feet of Bhagavan, which is able to vanquish all the sins of Kali, is ordinary water, who thinks that the holy name is just an ordinary sound vibration, who thinks that Bhagavan Vishnu is the same as Devi Devatas. The problem is that such persons have misunderstood this because they do not understand that bhakti is yadricha. Yadrichaya, bhakti by her own accord will come and sit in the heart of the devotee. It is not a thing where I just say, I now believe that I am a devotee. No. We will ask very humbly, Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshay kshiptascha kamadhitaranga madhye kripamai tvam sharanam prapanna vrinde numaste charanaravindam. O Vrinda Devi, I have no bhakti in my heart because I have done lakhs of offenses. I am without bhakti and I am praying, please be merciful, please give me bhakti, please give me shelter, because bhakti is a manifestation of Sri Krishna's Swarup Shakti, and bhakti is independent. And if one does aparad, bhakti will not sit within the heart. Bhakti will go away. How does bhakti go away? Sometimes people think, oh, if you do an offense, you may happen like Something like Durvasa was chased by Sudarshan Chakra. You will become destroyed. You will lose everything. Actually, it is kind of the opposite what great devotees have said. Yasyaham anugrihnami harishye tadhanam shanay. If I am especially merciful to someone, Krishna says, I gradually take away everything from them. So what happens if someone does aparad? Bhakti becomes replaced by something else, a bhakti-like thing, a thing that maybe looks like bhakti to a mundane person. It may smell like bhakti to a mundane person, but it is not bhakti. It may be a type of devotion, a type of laukik shraddha, a faith in something. We give our faith very easily. Oh, Prabhu, look, did you see this thing on YouTube? Wow, it's amazing. What does it mean? Some of my precious shraddha, my faith, I have given to some stupid, ordinary person? What nonsense and what a waste. It is like a precious thing. If I will find the shelter of a pure Vaishnav, let me give some faith. Let me have some faith in their words. If I will take the mantras that have been given by my Gurudev, let me have some faith in the mantras. If I have opportunity to chant Harinam, let me have some faith in Harinam. If I have the opportunity to serve beautiful Shri Vigraha, I should have some faith. If I get the opportunity to take Mahaprasad, I should have faith. Like Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. We cannot imitate the activities of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. But what was Srila Das Goswami doing? Because he was so strict in his bhajan, he was thinking, oh, I am spending some time every day begging to have a little bit. But too much time I'm spending, I'm doing less Harinam. Because doing 3 lakh Harinam daily, I should be doing more. I want to do more. And so he went to where there is some rice which has been offered to Jagannath, and it is sold in the bazaar. And then at the end of the day, it is given to the cows. And the cows will eat some. There is still a little bit left which is not eaten by the cows. Ants will eat some. He was taking this rice, collecting it, washing it, and then eating it with some salt. Why? Because he is thinking, this is not rice. This is not food. This is Mahaprasad. It has been touched by Adara Sudha, the nectar of the lips of Sri Krishna. And therefore it is transcendental, divine. This is real faith. But we cannot imitate this. This would be called, what is the name for that? Sangha Siddha Bhakti. If we try to imitate the qualities of bhakti, thinking that we will have bhakti, oh, let me try to be humble. Prabhu, I'm the most humble. No, I'm the most humble. No, I'm more fallen than you. No. I am the more fallen than you. Fallen more than the dust of the feet of the stool and the germs that walk on the... No, we don't need to do this kind of farce. But what we have to do is we have to realize, if I have Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastram Japatstapaha Apranasya Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. I may have so many qualities, I may have so much learning, I may be able to do mantras really well, I may be able to do all kinds of worship and be very pakka, but it is like ornaments on a dead body if there is no Bhagavad Bhakti. And Bhagavad Bhakti comes only by her own accord. Only by her own sweet will she appear. If we will hear from the lips of a pure devotee, then Bhakti may come in our heart. And then we should treat that seed of Bhakti very, very carefully, like it is a very tender tiny little baby tulsi plant, and give water, not too much water, but we should water carefully and care and keep bugs and other things, not extreme temperatures, so that she will grow. And so if bhakti, and because bhakti can be destroyed, especially by Vaishnava Parad. So Gurudev has said 3 C's. Don't criticize, don't complain, only chant. Why? Because our business is to try to cultivate bhakti. Gurudev gave bhakti, but bhakti in the heart can be destroyed, and then it can be replaced by weeds. Pratishtasha. Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda. Nishida labha, the desire for unwanted things, the desire for prestige, the tendency to be diplomatic, to criticize to others, and these are all weeds that may grow along with Bhakti Creeper. They have to be taken out because they are anarthas. So, what is the point? So we began from this very sweet narration of Prema Samputa. Because Swarup Shakti has come in the heart, when Swarup Shakti has come in the heart of the devotee by great good fortune, it is not just a mundane faith. It is not something that, we can improve by our intellectual process. Like Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, gave so many books, and some people thought, we can improve them because we have learned some more Sanskrit now, and now we can improve and do better of the English and better of the everything. No, because you are missing the point. You're missing the plot, Sonny. You don't get it. That is not what it's all about. These words are coming from the lotus mouth of the Acharya. And that person who has revealed very deep insights, sometimes giving things that are very simple, easy to understand, and sometimes giving like a hyperlink, hyperlink like it leads to something else. Like that hyperlink to Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita in Srila Prabhupada's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Why did our Srila Prabhupada complete Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita before anything else? And why didn't he give Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat? If everything is about, let us hear Gaura Lila, and don't hear Radha Krishna Lila. He gave Krishna book back in 1970. Why? Because Tavakatamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham. It has 2 sides. The one side is that Harikatha will alleviate all the suffering of the jivas who are suffering in this world. And then when their suffering becomes somewhat alleviated, and when they are giving up anarthas, and they will have some faith and sit at the lotus feet of a Mahabhagavat, of a great realized Guru, then they will learn the other side of this, the love of the gopis. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesh Tanayastadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachadupasana Vrajavadhu Varagena Yakalpita. And Gurudev has explained how the love of the gopis is so great in this verse. Tavakata mritam. Your Harikatha is poison. It causes suffering in this world because those who hear Harikatha, those who embrace it in their hearts, they will naturally give up all of the accoutrements of mundane life. They will leave their families. They will go to the forest, and they will only do Harinam, and they will only do bhajan. And so you are causing so much suffering in this world. Gopis are saying this out of love. We have no idea what is the love of the gopis. It is like so high, and Gurudev is pointing and showing us, look, this is the direction, and giving these words and giving these kathas so that we will have some understanding. So coming back to this point, Those who are worried so much, oh, we can be guru and you can be guru and I can be guru and they can be guru, and it is a low bar qualification. And should we allow women also? Oh, so wrong, and so much wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. Because first of all, if you have not actually understood, if you have not realized, how can you be guru? First become disciple. Who is a true disciple? That person who has Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya. My Gurudev's words have become one with my heart. I have fully embraced Gurudev's words. I have full faith in Gurudev's words. That person is a true disciple. And that person who is a true disciple, that person can become Guru. Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Shudra Kene Noy, Ye Krishna Tattva Veta, Se Guru Hoy. Someone can be a Brahmin, they can be a Shudra, they can be a sannyasi, they can even not be in Varnashram Dharma. But that person who knows Krishna Tattva, that person is Guru. But another misunderstanding? Misunderstanding on top of misunderstanding on top of misunderstanding. Ye Krishna Tattva Veta. What does it mean to be Krishna Tattva Veta? Oh, what has been given here, this is Krishna Tattva. This is Krishna Tattva. How Krishna has such beautiful and sweet qualities. Krishna's sweetness is so much that it cannot be described. Srila Visvanath Cakravarti Thakur was meditating upon this statement. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has described that Kama Gayatri is describing the 22½ moons in the form of Sri Krishna. And so he was trying very hard to understand, what is this half syllable? Because it was not adding up. He was thinking because there is at the end that this is the half syllable. But he went through so many books and he was finding the same thing again and again. He could not see where is the half syllable. And finally, Srimati Radhika came in his dream and told him, there is a book called Varnasva, which gives the description of what is the half syllable. So it was the vi before the ya before the vi. That is the half syllable. So this was not obvious, it was not known, but it was given directly. This is the meaning of when we will actually have realized something, that we have taken it in our heart and we will have darshan. Jnaninas tattva darshanaha. Sri Krishna has said that those who are enlightened souls, who have darshan of the truth, they can give knowledge. They can give initiation. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. If one has not had darshan of the truth, how can one describe it? There is a mundane example also. If we go in a school, and in the school there are so many books. Oh, look, I have a pile of all the college textbooks on physics. But there is no person who has actually done the physics experiments. I will try to follow from the books, but I may blow something up. It will be very foolish. I should try to find the qualified teacher. The person who has done everything in these books, they should teach it to me. Isn't that usually the process? Yes, I think so, especially in some areas. In spiritual life, how do we understand anything? Because bhakti within the heart has two sons. One is jnana and the other is vairagya. So if bhakti resides within the heart, automatically jnana will be there, automatically vairagya will be there. but by cultivating jnana and vairagya for hundreds of lifetimes, does bhakti come? Not even slightly. So, this is the topic of Madhurya Kadambini. Madhurya Kadambini is describing in the different showers of nectar. Adau Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sango Tabhajana Kriya Tato Narta Nivritti Syat Tato Nishta Ruchistada Tata Sakti Tato Bhava Tata Premabhyudanshati Sadhakana Mayam Premna Pradur Bhave Bhavet Kramaha. This is the progressive development of Prema Bhakti. How it comes within the heart of the devotee. First, there is Shraddha. Shraddha may be of two kinds. It may be the Laukik Shraddha. Our Laukik Shraddha, it is also like kind of some gold coins we are given. Krishna has also said in Bhagavad Gita, Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddhayarchitam icchati tasyam tasya chalam shraddham. If someone wants to worship a particular Devi Devata, I give them the unshaking faith by which they can properly do it. So our ability to believe, to have faith in things is given by Krishna, and we should treat it like it is precious. And we should save it for giving faith in Vaishnavas, in giving faith in Mahaprasad, giving faith in the Harinam, giving faith in mantras. As Srila Das Goswami has said in the Shri Mana Shiksha, he has said, Swanamne Shri Swamantre Shri Namni, in the mantras given by Gurudev, in Harinam, in the Gurudev, Gura Goshte Goshtala Yeshu Sujane Bhusudagune Swanmantre Sri Namni. I should have faith in all of these things. But having some faith, then we are awarded hearing Harikatha, and now coming in contact, we will get some Paramartik Shraddha, which comes by the grace of Shri Guru, who is engaged in divine service. At the very least, that Guru who is a person who is fully absorbed in bhajan. Not even just, someone who is chanting 1 lakh every day, but someone who is actually in bhajan, who has actually realized all of these truths. So, in the very beginning, in this book, Srila Visvanath Cakravarti Thakur has described that how the mercy of Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a cloud bank. It is like a cloud of extraordinary nectar that falls like rain on the hearts of the sadhak. The shower of mercy fully bestows vitality upon the crops of the ninefold limbs of devotion, such as Shravana and Kirtana, that have been freshly sown in the field of the sadhaka's heart. So kripa is absolutely essential. Now there is a kind of backward philosophy that became prevalent at one point. People began to think, Guru Maharaj has said to distribute books. Therefore, let us distribute books and mercy will come. Kripa will come, and then we will have perfection. You must have kripa. You must have kripa. Kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna. I beg for kripa, but without doing Navavida Bhakti, without performing the angas of bhakti, what is the point of our kripa? If I think only bhakti is something that comes like I can buy, I will save up $100 and buy something on Amazon. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to be cultivating. You have to be hearing, chanting, remembering, performing the angas of bhakti, and begging and weeping for kripa. And then kripa is coming. Okay. So, the first appearance of the cloud bank of Mahaprabhu's mercy dispels the virulent burning sensation left during the summer season. What is that summer season? It is the hot season when we have been scorched by the sun of material existence. We are scorched by our own desires. We are always running after something, trying to satisfy our senses. We always think, oh, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. The camel thinks, oh, look, there is a nice tree with thorns. And when I chew those thorns, somehow some nice salty taste comes in my mouth. But the camel is only tasting their own blood. It is a very foolish engagement. The donkey thinks, oh, look, if I take one more step, I will get that carrot that is on the end of this stick. But the donkey doesn't get the carrot. We are all like the donkeys, or at least me. Gurudev said once, I am like a donkey chasing after she-donkey. So we should get relief from the summer, the burning heat of material existence by that kripa which comes, that shower which comes, and grab hold of it. And not do offenses, not do aparad, but focus on our Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Focus on doing our mantras, meditate upon our mantras, meditate upon the meanings of our mantras. This is very, very important. Otherwise, that kripa, it is just like we are doing karma yoga. We are thinking, I am giving something and I will get something. I will get some kripa like money that I can spend to buy a toy I want on Amazon. No, bhakti is not a toy that you can just buy. You do not buy bhakti. Bhakti will come by her own accord. She will sit within the heart. And she will not sit within the heart of the devotee who criticizes others, who gossips about others, who likes to, to make talk and disturbance. No, bhakti will not sit in the heart. Bhakti will go away. So we always have to be very careful and always pray that bhakti will come in the heart, that kripa will come, and kripa will give water in our chanting and performing other angas of bhakti. So, what are the things that cause torment during the summer season? It is our own desires for enjoyment. Have you heard pigs squealing? What is the sound that pigs make when they squeal? Pigs are very full of desire. They always want to eat something. They want to have sexual relations with other pigs. And they make a tormented squealing sound because they are always greedy and they want more. And that is the state of life in the material world. But that burning sensation is alleviated by the shower of mercy of Mahaprabhu's, the Amrit of Mahaprabhu's mercy. It is falling, and it causes anandam bodhivardhanam. This is also described in the Shikshashtakam of Mahaprabhu. And then, like rivers that come from rainfall, then the jubilation current rises. So we have to make the heart ready. So may that unrestrained and unlimitedly powerful cloud bank of Sriman Mahaprabhu's sweet mercy, the influence of which is felt even from a great distance, fill me, a dry, lifeless tree in the desert, with life-giving ras. That is the opening prayer and invocation of Srila Visvanath Cakravarti Thakur in Madhurya Kadambini. Now, so much description has been given. Our Gurudev has given the Bhavanuvad of this verse, and it's described so many things. So, Srila Gurudev has written, I will read a little something. So, praying to Param Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and all others, I am beginning this Bhavanuvad of Madhurya Kadambini and the commentary entitled Piyusha Varshani Vritti. In order to reveal the intrinsic nature of Shuddha Bhakti, the sequence of its appearance, Bhakti's self-manifesting nature, and her unfathomable glories, he who is most worshipful and the best among Rasik Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, Srila Visvanath Cakravarti Thakur, has composed this unparalleled sacred volume entitled Madhurya Kadambini. Srila Cakravarti Thakur is one of the preeminent and effulgent pillars in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami has written Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and given the steps in the sequence of the process of devotion. So now, this entire book is actually a vyakya, expansion of 2 verses from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Adav Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sango Tabhajana Kriya, all the way to Atasaktis Tato Bhavas Tata Prema Bhudanchati Sadhakana Mayam Premna Pradurbhave Bhavet Kramaha. Beginning from Shraddha all the way to Prem, how Prem gradually is manifesting. So, then, in this text, Srila Visvanath Cakravarti Thakur has presented in a very explicit and natural manner the symptoms of every stage in the development of bhakti. So, what is the goal of our chanting? Bahujanma kore jadi shravana kirtan tabudhanapaya Krishna pade prema dhana. Right? This goal of chanting is to have prem at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. So, how prem is manifest, that's what these 2 verses describe. And that is the context. That is the entire presentation of Madhurya Kadambini. So, every step from Shraddha all the way to the appearance of Prem is described, as well as explaining obstacles such as offenses that must be abandoned along the way. So sometimes there is also a confusion. Sometimes people think, I must give up and 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 be very washed and clean, and only then I can do bhakti. Well, we should always bathe before going in the kitchen or going on the altar to serve. But actually, bhakti itself, if we are giving with respect and we are not holding on to anarthas, bhakti will herself automatically remove these things, will create a situation where we have to make a choice. I am carrying a big backpack on my back. What's the backpack? What's the lettering on the backpack? It says anartha. What is anartha? Unwanted thing. Oh, I am going exploring. Now I have to go through a narrow passage. Passage has become more narrow. Can I take this big backpack? Oh, you will have to take some things out. You have kept some lead weights, and you have kept some big sticks and blocks. You'll have to take some of these out. Okay, now I get through. I go further. Again, I come to a more narrow passage. Again, I have to take something out of my anartha backpack. Oh, but I'm very attached to this. I like very much this particular thing. I am keeping some very precious crystals that I really love in my anartha backpack. Oh, you will have to take. We will come to a point where we have to give up everything. But that time may not be just yet, but we have to be prepared. Otherwise, we do not have lalyam or greed. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate tatra lalyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritar na labhyate. You can do 10 million births of Sukriti and you will not get this Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati, Krishna consciousness. Did anyone found a society for Krishna consciousness? I'm trying to think. It comes to my mind, someone, oh yes, Guru Maharaj did, yes, Srila Prabhupada. And this Krishna consciousness will only come not by 10 million births of doing Sukriti, but by having Lalyam. Oh, is this? It is one of the requirements for Raganuga Bhakti. We must have Lalyam. We must be an Anugatya. These are hard requirements. And who has said to do Bhakti? Guru Maharaj has said to do Bhakti, but he has not given so much of a Vyakhya. But he has given everything. And our Srila Gurudev, he has done the Vyakhya, expansion, and spelled it out. Because we are dull-minded, right? And we need things to be spelled out. And Gurudev has explained all of these things. So this is like a lantern. This book, Srila Gurudev has said, this book is like a lantern, and it illuminates the path for the practitioner of bhakti. And there is no scope for even the slightest doubt. We must have strong faith in this. By practically following this sacred text, the non-duplicitous practitioner, non-duplicitous, sada dambham hitva. Why has Srila Das Goswami said in first verse of Manak Shiksha, sada dambham hitva? Because we always want to practice some duplicity. We always want to pretend that I am such a great devotee, I am so amazing, I am this and that and the other. And at the same time, we are like saying nasty things about each other. No, this is very important. Always give up duplicity. Niti Shastra says, if you will find a sadhu, that person will be one in mind, body, and words. If you find a wicked person, they say one thing, they think one thing else, and they do a third thing altogether. So we give up duplicity completely, and then we will gradually be able to perceive our own stage of bhakti. For most of us, if we are fortunate, we are still in anartha nivritti. But when we come to anartha nivritti, we have to embrace anartha nivritti. If we will chant sincerely, then our chanting will direct us. Okay, now you'll have to remove something from your anartha backpack. Open up that anartha backpack, take that out, and that's how you will go forward. Maybe it will be our sense of prestige. Maybe it will be the sense of, what do people think of me? Or maybe it will be, how much money do I have? How much comfort do I have in my living situation? Something. For everyone it's different. There is no formula. There is nobody who can say, just do this, that, and the other thing, and you'll have perfection. You can come and you can give me your dakshin, and I will teach you this path to perfection. No, it is not like that. Bhakti herself will come and sit in the heart by contact with pure devotees and always having faith. Like we are getting great opportunities. So many devotees are coming, great personalities are coming, and we should have strong faith in their harikatha. What harikatha they will give, we should have very strong faith. So then, what activities, what further things we can do to make progress? Because if we are not moving forward, we are sliding back. Especially, we want to get through anartha nivritti so that we can come to the stage of nishta. What is nishta? Nishta means it is the stage of constancy, being fixed, where we are not hot and cold. We are not varying, but we are always engaged, and the stream of nectar is constant. So an increasing ability and inclination will awaken in the heart of the sadhaka to advance in the kingdom of bhakti. So this Madhurya Kadambini is such a great literature, and it has been given. It is full of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that the desert of our hearts may become awakened. And this understanding of bhakti as a manifestation of Swarup Shakti, this is the reason for opening with this description from Prema Samputa. Because Sri Krishna himself has come to Mahabhava Swarupini Shri Radha. So what is Mahabhava? Mahabhava is the most condensed. If Prem is the heart of bhakti, and Prem is that thing, even there is confusion on this. Some people think that Prem will come in this life, or some people, and this is actually a very offensive thought, they will think that Prem can be in the heart, in the spiritual realm, and someone can fall from the spiritual realm in whose heart there is Prem. No one even falls having come in the stage of Rati or Bhav. There is the story of Maharaj Bharat. Why? Why it has been given? Only to teach us. But did Maharaj Bharat actually lose everything? No. He just had a temporary setback, and he was corrected. Yogamaya arranged for his own correction. Once the devotee will come in the stage of Rati, then there is no fall from there. It may be a temporary setback. Okay, one birth as a deer, and then becoming Jad Bharat, and then speaking transcendental instructions. But to say that there can be Prem in the heart of any devotee, and that devotee will then have an envious thought and turn away from Krishna, no. Only if it is Krishna's own desire. Like Gatekeeper's Jai Vijay. Guru Maharaj has written very, very clearly, for people who will read Guru Maharaj's books, Srila Prabhupada's books, they should know, unless it is Bhagavan's desire, no one falls from the spiritual world. You can read this. It is written, 7th canto, 1st chapter, 1st verse, in Srila Prabhupada's books. But some people don't have faith. They don't have faith. They think, we think we can improve this. We can improve these books. No. Not so. Never, never, and never. So, now Krishna has come and finally has spoken. Krishna has said, oh, I have a desire to know something, and only you can fulfill the desire of my heart. Hearing these words, Shri Radhika said, oh, lovely one, you have introduced yourself as a heavenly damsel. This is surely not false. In fact, I had guessed as much even before you spoke, because no woman of this mortal world can rival you in beauty. Your beauty is incomparable and unprecedented. Indeed, you are in a class of your own. O you whose face resembles an autumn lotus, I have considered many possible reasons for your sadness, such as feeling separation from your husband, and I have told you of them, but actually I was joking. Please do not take offense to my words. Now you have become affectionate towards me, and I have become yours. The celestial damsel said, Radha, you are my Sakhi. Why are you so reserved? Although I am a heavenly damsel, I have become your subordinate. Do not doubt it. I constantly yearn to be your maidservant so that I may experience one drop of the ocean of your love, beauty, and qualities. Please listen carefully while I tell you why my heart feels such anguish, and then dispel the doubt that causes me this despair. Your nectar-sweet words have fallen like soft rain upon my heart, but they have not even slightly soothed the distress within it. O Saki, the flute song that is heard in Sri Vrindavan has also entered our heavenly abode. Its power is such that the chaste ladies there no longer wish to embrace their husbands. In fact, the mere thought of doing so disgusts them. When the Lord of the universe, Sri Krishna, attracts their minds and their hearts, their thoughts no longer run towards a mortal husband. Anything connected with Sri Krishna has this power. The slightest connection with him completely removes the desire to enjoy whatever is material. This flute sound is as sweet as nectar, but it is mixed with deadly poison. Anyone who hears it feels an unprecedented joy as if they are tasting nectar, but afterwards, when they have not attained Sri Krishna, they suffer sharp pains as if they have been poisoned. The moment that sound enters the ears of the heavenly damsels, they desire to enjoy with Sri Krishna in every way. Bewildered by the high fever of amorous love, their bodies blaze like fiery coals. Their husbands embrace their burning bodies, but then they quickly release them. What sudden illness is causing my wife's high temperature, they wonder. As soon as anyone hears the sound of Sri Krishna's flute, the desire to meet with him manifests in their heart, making them restless. This is the power of Sri Krishna's flute song. Who is speaking these words? Sri Krishna, who is disguised as a heavenly damsel, is describing his flute song because he wants to hear from Swamini Kishoriji, Sri Vrishabhanu Nandini, Sri Radha. Oh, please accept me as your maidservant so I can know your glories. One of the names of our heavenly city is Tridashalaya, meaning a place where the inhabitants experience only 3 stages of life, namely childhood, adolescence, and youth. They never grow old there. Since none of the women ever age, they all feel attracted to the sound of the flute. Who then is in a position to rebuke others or joke at their expense? The sound of the flute destroys the heavenly damsel's chastity and defeats each and every one of them. In this way, the influence of the flute song spreads day by day among the heavenly damsels. Then, one day, filled with wonder, I thought to myself, from where does this sweet sound come? Who is playing that flute? Krishna wants to know. After due consideration, I was able to trace the flute sound from the heavenly planets, and in that way I came down to this earth. I happily stayed at Vamshivat for some days. There, I witnessed the unequaled pastimes performed by you and Sri Krishna, and I became acquainted with his dear beloved Sakis. And so this now will continue in Sri Radha's response to Krishna's very beautiful dialogue. So why we will hear these things? Because we must understand the nature of Prem. Prem is the goal. Prem is the prayojan. Prema pumarto mahan. It is our prayojan. There is no doubt. Nothing else. We don't want liberation to Vaikuntha. Sometimes someone will ask, oh, but Harinam can give mukti. There was a story in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. There was a mlecha, Muslim person. He was being killed by a pig. So the word in Arabic for the abominable is haram. And so he was being killed by the pig and saying, Haram, Haram, Haram. But Ha is also O. And Ram, of course, is Sri Radha Ramana. Because of doing this Namabhas at the time of death, he got mukti. But he did not get prem. So we are not interested in having mukti. We are not interested in going to the sayuja or even getting salokya, sarupya, samipya, sarshti. We only want to have prem. This book is a glorification of prem. That's why it is called Sri Prema Samputa. And it is Sri Krishna's conversation disguised as a very beautiful heavenly damsel and talking to Sri Radha. How Krishna has very expertly come. Krishna has disguised himself as such a beautiful damsel and covering her face and looking very dejected. And without saying a word, Sri Radha has become so curious and so interested and fully focused. How I can help this, oh my dear Sakhi. But the goal is prem. And without understanding prem, we can become very bewildered. Without understanding the process of development of prem, we can become deviated. We can become obsessed with so many other ideas. So that is a good place to stop. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Any question or comment? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So we can chant together. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama.